You got Angela Lansbury.
Yeah, where's Angela Lansbury?
Angela Lansbury.
There.
Yeah, but
Can you put in memoriam?
aren't we putting her up in the thing?
No, because then we can't go back to free speech.
I don't want to go back to free speech.
What, for the whole show?
For the whole show.
Yeah, we want Angela Lansbury for the whole show with it. Or is it going to be too hard for you?
I did try, but the USB wasn't registering on here. I'm out of my
Too
depth.
difficult for the joke. But have her on the screen at the start.
Okay.
Yeah, I got a bum hole. So what? Yeah, I got a bum hole. That's hot. And welcome to yet another episode of the Free Speech Podcast. Woo! I'm the man from Isfahan to my left, making his triumphant return after a 2-week sabbatical. Born to fly, leader of the bird gang. It's the picture sensation.
We back, baby.
Formerly known as Mr. Hate Speech, but now controlled opposition and recently become a father, but we're going to get into that. It's none other than Mr. Leo KEARSE.
All right, stop. Collaborate with the government and listen.
I'm behind the mic. Usually we have the Gorilla Vanilla, but today he has been replaced by someone we will fire live during the show. It's John Cogan, aka Hulk Hogan.
I'm out of my depth.
You are
Sweating.
Yeah, okay. Enough from you. This week we're going to talk. We've got lots to discuss. First of all, before we get into that, we want to dedicate this podcast
Smooth.
in memoriam to Angela Lansbury, who recently passed and was a big fan of the Three Speech.
She was our number one patron. She gave us £78 a month.
That's a lie, but she was a patron of the Three Speech podcast. So we are now £4 a month down. So if you are listening to this, please like and subscribe, and someone take up the mantle of Angela Lansbury.
Hopefully
for £4.
a young person who's not going to die.
But wouldn't the direct debit still be going through?
Well, no,
They might still be going through. That's right, but
the executors of our estate will cut off our Patreon payments.
the Free Speech pod.
Yeah, but that would take a while.
Either way, if you are an elderly former crime TV detective actress and you're looking for a podcast to become a patron of, there is a spot going. This week's podcast, we are going to be talking...
Wait, was she British?
Yeah, I think she was.
And British-Irish, but she lived in America. Good, big fan. She used to tell me that she loved listening to stories about when you kick the shit out of cats. That was one of her favourite parts about the podcast.
She did. She was a master of accents. She had mental health issues. That's why because, we're always talking about your autism or ADHD, whatever it is this week. And that's because she had mental health issues after her husband died. And then she was saved by Nanny McPhee. She got a role in Nanny McPhee. So she said Emma Thompson saved her life.
And that she actually said that to us in a personal email.
Yeah.
She also said that she liked the stories of our shitting habits. Anyway, this week we're going to be talking... This is in dedication to you, Angela, and the Lansbury family. This week we're going to be talking about Kanye West. His banking has been now cancelled due to surreptitious things he's been saying online. PayPal will not even fine you. They will take $2,500 if you say something wrong. John Cleese is a Nazi. Alex Jones been fined a mere £1 billion for fake information. AI Joe Rogan podcast. What's gayer? Shagging Eddie Izzard or sucking off Elliot Page?
Well, it depends if you're a man or a woman.
Exactly. And also, if you are young and you do play video games, this is a public health announcement. Please stop. We don't want you to have a heart attack. So those are the topics. That's what's going on. Big news this week, though. Leo, you're now a father. Congratulations.
Yeah, I'm a father. I'm surprised. Like, everybody's like, oh, it's so difficult. It's so difficult. You'll be so tired. Man, it's absolutely fine. It's not that much work if you let a woman do it,
It's her job.
But also, man, as soon as because she's a little girl, and I've instantly become Taliban. I'm like, all of a sudden I get it. I get the Islamic revolutionaries' zeal for putting hijabs on their daughters. Wow. Like, I just want a hijab on her. No man is touching her. And if anybody goes near, I want to throw rocks at them.
Well, you picked a bad week to get it after what's happening in Iran, but you kind of got it. Anyway, okay, so you enjoying being a dad?
Yeah, it's actually loads of fun. She's really cute. Like,
baby, well, you sure it's yours then?
Yeah, I'm fucking sure. Doesn't look like you, Nico.
Looks like me, though.
Does look a bit like you. She's got a little bit of baby jaundice. So, yeah, she looks a bit, slightly...
Any tips for being a new dad, Nico?
Yeah, I'm not a great dad. I'm average. I'm not there often, so...
Are you sure that you're the dad?
Yeah.
Why?
They look exactly like me. Exactly.
I got to say one thing about Angela Lansbury, like that show she was on. Well, first, man, because she She was old. She was doing that show in the 1980s, Murder,
That
She
show was
Wrote.
massive in Barbados.
The Murder, She Wrote.
Massive, yeah.
Yeah.
1984 to 1996.
She was
right?
doing that show in the 80s. And she was an old woman. I mean, she was like nursing home old. She was old folks home old and that. And she just died. And that was 40 years. She was old for like longer than I've been alive. I'm old. And like I was born. I was like a baby when she started doing it. And now I'm an old guy. How come she managed to stay old for so long?
Women live longer though.
Yeah, no shit.
Yeah, like
She
the
lived-
Queen.
96. She's same age.
Imagine if
gone too soon.
If you get a pension and you like do that whole 50 years of being old, man, you totally cash out. You get so much money.
Do you?
Instead, like some people get a pension and then
They're dead.
they're dead next week. Also, another thing about her, man, like the premise of that show, a lot of seasons, a lot of episodes of that show, and now that she's dead, I mean, like old people must be breathing a sigh of relief. You can go on a cruise now. Anytime you went on a cruise and you saw Angela Lansbury, you knew somebody was going to die. You know what I mean? Every week she's on a different cruise and another old person is dying.
Apparently, the place where Murder, She Wrote took place, if it was a real town, it's a fictional town, of course, would have the highest murder rate in the whole of the United States,
Jeez.
more than Philadelphia, and it was a quaint suburban.
Yeah, she was like Harold Shipman.
She was,
Yeah, a different old person every week.
and no one suspected her.
What? She was the killer?
What? Every
Look
time
at the data.
100 people die, and she's always there.
Yeah, it always works out who did it.
What was that? The twist at the end?
Yeah, have you not seen the show?
What the twist? No, it's an unwritten rule that she's the murderer. I mean, they didn't say. By
Yeah.
the way, she did. She's one of the largest serial killers in television.
Week
industry.
after week, like a really regular. Even Jeffrey Dahmer had like big long breaks between some of his victims. Like she was week after week, regular as clockwork. Somebody dies, somebody near her dies,
And she solves it.
and she knows. She somehow works out who did it, and it's never her. Is that not a bit suspicious?
But this is a hypothesis you have.
Well, yeah, it's a hypothesis, but it's pretty cast iron, I think.
Hey, what was that Jeffrey Dahmer? Was it you who put the bit up about Jeffrey Dahmer?
No spoilers, please.
But yeah, but that's not a comedy bit, so I can't talk about it.
Well, that's how little Nico respects you. Not only will he not turn up for 2 weeks, he won't tell you his actual funny joke.
What is the funny joke?
You tell it, Nico, or I'll tell it
Just
for
tell
you.
the joke.
No, I said
tell the bit.
watching the Dahmer documentary gave me more respect for Bundy, because Dahmer was killing ethnic minorities, so the police weren't really going to check for him like that.
Yeah,
Whereas Bundy was killing middle-class white women.
yeah.
So obviously the police going to be looking for him.
And what's the punchline?
So that's it.
It's funny.
Is it funny?
Yeah. I did it at Top Secret.
It's
Well,
funny.
Angela Lansbury, I think it's a rather good joke. It's a good premise, at least.
Jonathan Chain.
Let's get rid of
Right.
this
Humor.
Jonathan guy.
Yeah, you're fired, Jonathan.
This guy
Listen,
sucks.
that's a funny joke.
Sorry.
The joke is Dahmer was killing ethnic minorities, so the police aren't looking at it.
Yeah.
But Bundy was killing white women, the most prized of all the
Well,
fucking...
as long as they're middle class. Oh, if they're from a former mining community,
Yeah,
and like
they're
you know,
not. They were in America.
do you want-
They're
you like,
American.
Oh, you want rape gangs? Oh, no problem. You just
no, it's
carry
a
on.
game.
Oh, we'll defend you.
No one
We'll
cared.
defend you.
Listen, Ted Bundy, he wasn't that bad. He wasn't
was-
in Bradford. He was in fucking America. He's doing real...
I'll tell you what's mad about Ted Bundy. He was a good-looking guy.
Was a handsome
He's a
man.
good-looking guy, and so many women like totally were just frothing at the gash for him.
Oh, they like the Night Killer, Night Stalker.
What's that?
Ramirez.
Ramirez is the one the women... He's a bad boy of
Yeah, man,
serial
I thought-
murderers.
The bad
lot
boy
of
of serial killers.
Bring up the bad boy of serial killers, Ramirez. You'll see why he's the bad boy. Ted Bundy's the serial killer you take home to your mum, but Ramirez, the bad boy.
Take home to your mum to kill her.
Yeah, he had terrible teeth.
Bundy.
No, Bundy had good teeth. Ramirez had.
So why do women like him?
They're like alphas.
Yeah.
Women like alpha males.
Jeffrey Dahmer wasn't alpha.
That's Ramirez.
Oh, jeez,
Well,
look at his teeth.
don't show that one where he looks
Look
evil.
at his fucking
He's a
teeth.
handsome guy.
We'll show the one where he looks cool.
He's
though.
got a sort of Mick Jagger look to him.
Yeah.
The one with
All right.
So when he was getting driven to the the court, women were standing out with signs saying "fuck me" or "kill me," Ramirez.
Women are mental.
Yeah. Have you not seen the document? That was a
Let me
good one.
give them the vote. Can you believe it?
And then we were watching it on Netflix because it must have come out during thing. And then Vicky, who you know, was like, I'd let him do me all or something like that, whatever. So women like Ramirez. Anyway, what
And they're
else?
like killers, because to kill back in the day, you had to be a hunter-gatherer. You had to be able
Yeah.
to kill, you know? So that's
So Jeffrey Dahmer
That's-
bringing home a corpse from
evolutionary
bathhouse.
hardwired into them.
Right, so they like
So if
killers.
you can kill, that
Dominate.
means you can provide. For
You can rise to the top of the pyramid.
them. Yeah, exactly.
Well,
Yeah.
talking about killing, video games. You survived your childhood. You used to play a lot of gaming.
Yeah.
Could have got a heart attack.
Yeah, a lot of things causing heart attacks. at the
Yeah.
moment.
Everything
climate
causing
change,
heart attacks.
everything causing heart attacks in young people.
Everything except the vax.
What?
Whoa,
whoa!
Nico! How could you say that about the vax?
Oh, don't even mention the word.
Well, I mean,
The Maxine.
they're perfectly benign and benevolent and always healthy.
Although it's been
Anyhow, wait, I want to get back to what we used to say about the grooming gangs.
Oh, yeah.
Right?
Yeah,
'Cause here's the
my
thing.
favorite topic.
Yeah. So look, yes, there is class divide, and yes, working class people will be, neglected more than middle class.
I'm glad we've finished. We've got that sorted. I totally agree.
Yeah,
okay,
but
what's the
that's
next topic?
100% no. But also there is race that factors into things as well.
Well,
so a black middle class person will get less help from the police than a white middle class person. In generally speaking, and then
Maybe 20 years ago. I'm not sure about now.
and then we talking about when these murders were committed back then,
Right,
70s,
yeah.
80s.
Oh,
whatever.
yeah.
Right,
Yeah,
and
you
then
saw it
a
in the Jeffrey
black
Dahmer thing.
working class person doesn't even register on the police's radar.
Well, they saw it
Oh.
They saw it as Jeffrey Dahmer doing their work for them. Like, that's one less we need to.
Exactly, basically. So that's the thing people forget is that, yes, class is a factor in things, but back then as well, race and class do factor into things.
Yeah.
So it's not to say that one erases the other.
Yeah.
Both things can be true. You can be discriminated against due to race and also class.
Yeah.
So
And-
people go, oh, what about the grooming gangs and the working class white girls? Yes, that is true. But imagine if there were black working class girls who would have think. You would probably wouldn't have even, the story probably wouldn't have even been cracked.
Well,
So-
I mean, part of the reason there was some attention on it was because they were targeting Sikh girls as well. With the grooming gangs in particular, race is an issue in it because they're targeted partly because those girls are targeted because they're seen as like unclean because they're not. They're seen as worthy targets because they're not part of the culture,
religious,
the
yeah,
religion.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
But anyway, that's
So-
why the joke was good.
But and also
The joke works. I did that.
Jokes are good.
Also,
Yeah.
race is a thing, is a factor in the grooming gangs because the establishment, the police, after Stephen Lawrence, the McPherson report, and everything, the police became really attenuated, really focused on race and not doing anything that could possibly be seen as racist. So they didn't want to go in and and point the finger at any non-white communities and say, oh, you're targeting these girls. So they let it happen. They let it happen because they're like, well, we don't want to be racist. Any social workers who raised it or whatever were sent on diversity training. It's absolutely nuts.
Talking about diversity training, all lives matter, white lives matter. Kanye West sports the apparel. We touched on it last week. You weren't here. I was stopped by a listener in the gym who asked me to ask your opinion on this. And
Is he
other things.
muscly?
Yeah, he is actually muscly. He's Ross Bainbridge. He's fucking ripped.
Is he bigger than me though? That's the question.
He's not bigger than you, but he's
Is he
muscular.
bigger than me?
No, but he's not fat either. So he's muscular and lean. And he's offered to give me shroom chocolate.
What's
So
Pull out a
his-
picture of this guy. Let's see his body.
he's ripped, man.
What's he called?
Ross Bainbridge. Let me see.
I
I
don't
think
know
it's
if we
Ross
can
Bainbridge.
dox him on the show. He works at Cricklewood
Yeah, it is.
B&Q.
Yeah, he works at Cricklewood B&Q. Ross Bainbridge. He's on my Instagram.
If he's less cut than me, I'm not answering this question. I only respect.
He's obviously
Oh shit!
he's obviously going to be more cut than you.
Which,
Shit, I don't even follow him. Unbelievable. Sorry, Ross.
which guy?
His name's Lemon Asterix. I thought I was following you. He's not on there. You won't. You'll have to take it from me. He's a listener, and he's very muscly. He's lean. He's ripped. Anyway, he wanted to know your opinion on it. And it also links in nicely to who Kanye's had his account. Did you see this, Nico? Today, He's had his bank account stopped.
Yeah.
Business bank account by
JP Morgan Chase.
JP Morgan Chase. They've stopped his Kanye West business account.
But not
purely-
yet. They said he got time to transfer to
Yeah,
a different
but-
one.
Yeah, but
It's
that's
a
because they're closing it. They're like, we're closing it, so you got to transfer the money. So, man, but that's so bad because that means private companies are acting as sort of moral arbiters and, enacting punishment on people and denying service to people, and that sets a really dangerous precedent, because where's it going to end? Can the water company also cut off Kanye West's water? Oh, they're like, oh, we don't like your tweets, so we're going to stop you drinking water.
As you said, they can shut off your socks, innit?
Yeah.
They can shut off anything, man.
Turn off your socks, these bastards. But it's a warning shot across the bows. It's not like people are like, yeah, cheering it on, you fucking morons. It's if they can do it to Kanye West.
Yeah.
But we were saying this about the truckers.
Yeah.
From the time back when the truckers got their account shut off, but people don't realize that eventually these things can come around and bite you in the ass too.
Yeah.
So you should never be,
Yeah, where were you, Kanye, on the truckers? We didn't hear you, Kanye, and now look.
He probably did support the truckers. I should imagine.
What did you think about his T-shirt? Did you think that was racist?
I think he just did that for, publicity, controversy. This is a classic play out of a celebrity handbook. You start controversy when you have a big show coming up or something like that. But I don't think he's allowed to do that. I don't see anything wrong with it.
What about the stuff he said about?
Just use it to,
What about the stuff he said about the Jews?
What did he say about them?
He said something.
I think if I'm correct, I think I am. I think he said, I'm drunk right now, but tomorrow when I wake up, I'm going to go DEFCON 3 on the Jews.
Yeah.
Yeah, but he hasn't
on the Jewish people.
Yeah, but he didn't go DEFCON 3 because they banned him. So we didn't even know what he was going to say.
He said DEFCON. Like, I mean, that's... how could that possibly be interpreted in a positive way?
It might be like, I'm going to go DEFCON 3 and promoting the Jewish people and how great they are. Actually, John Koger's Jewish. How do you feel about Kanye?
Well, like when he was going on kind of about like a big global Jewish conspiracy, and then the banks immediately respond and shut him down. It doesn't look great for us. It's not like it's not a very good PR move, but I told my dad not to do it, but he did it anyway.
What does DEFCON stand for?
Well, DEFCON is the military escalation.
But is it not short for something?
Candace Owens brought down the tweet and she said DEFCON is actually a defensive position.
Oh.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
But that DEFCON is defensive, but DEFCON.
But he's I don't think he said death.
He said
He did. He said DEFCON 3.
Let me see what he said.
No, pull up the actual tweet. I'm pretty sure he said DEF.
No, he didn't. He said death.
Oh, defense readiness condition.
Right.
Yeah, but if he said it, he spelled it wrong, obviously. Yeah. That's how I've got his tweet.
Fuck me, they don't show the actual fucking tweet.
Right, because they want to stir stuff
No,
up.
but I saw the tweet.
I'm pretty sure it was DEF.
No, it definitely wasn't. DEFCON. I'm a bit sleepy tonight, but when I wake up, I'm going DEFCON 3.
Yeah, but I think that's just a typo.
Yeah, but what the fuck? But if he writes that thinking that's the right word, it doesn't make it any better. It makes it worse.
Read the tweet.
Read the full thing. I actually can't be anti-Semitic because black people are actually Jew also. You guys have toyed with me and tried to blackball anyone who ever opposes your agenda.
And that's a sort of black Israelite conspiracy theory.
My favorite religion.
It's not really a conspiracy.
Does that mean that Jews are also black?
It's not really a conspiracy theory.
Get your dick out so we can see and I'll tell you.
There are actually black Jews and there are
right?
black people who are descended from, is it King David or whoever? Black Jewish people. So he's not totally incorrect.
Oh no, there are black Jewish people, but the whole there is some sort of
the black Israelites.
Black Israelite.
They're
there's some sort of conspiracy theory
it's
about
not conspiracy.
Joe was telling me.
Do you know who the black Israelites are?
Yeah.
Do you know?
Yeah.
Do you know who the black Israelites are?
Yeah, I think that's from Louis Theroux.
The black Israelites, for the listeners who don't know, they worship Street Fighter 2 Jesus and they just insult anyone who walks past them in New York streets, and it's hilarious.
That's not true though.
But they don't worship. Okay, they worship Street Fighter Jesus, not from Street Fighter 2
Is it
Championship
Dalsim?
Edition. Why is it not true? That's true what I said.
No.
What did I say that was factually incorrect? Don't take £2,500 off me.
They believe that there are the Jews in the Bible. They believe that those are black people that they're referring to, and that they're the chosen ones.
Yeah, I never not said that.
What's the Street Fighter thing about?
Bring up black Israelite Jesus right now. and then you'll see what Street Fighter. They worship Street Fighter 2 Jesus, and to be fair, if I'd have seen Street Fighter 2 Jesus as well, I would have look at Black Israelite Jesus ain't messing around.
Yeah.
But show what have you?
Look at him there on with the candles.
Did you put Black Israelite Jesus? But there's a picture of him with his body out.
What's he got to do with Street
Oh,
Fighter
they're
2?
green with a top. He looks like a
Because
wizard.
he looks like flipping Azuma from Street Fighter 2. Look at that.
Yeah.
Come on now. Dun, 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 dun,
I
dun,
respect a religion that does its art in Microsoft Paint.
Akuma, Black Israelite Jesus. See, he does look like him.
That looks nothing like the other guy, dude.
Wearing the same clothes, man. He's brought up rubbish pictures of Black Israelite Jesus.
That's completely different. The guy has short, woolly hair.
But go to a better picture
That
of
does
him.
not look like Akuma.
Where's
at
the
all.
poster?
You've not that. There's a poster of him like with his arms out. There's one where he looks. I'm gonna find him, man.
Well, obviously, they're not going to make him all wimpy and fat and stuff. He's a religious. Jesus is always ripped as fuck.
Yeah, but this is Jesus on steroids, man.
Jesus is on steroids.
This is Ronnie Coleman Jesus during the fucking IFB pro bodybuilding days. Black Israelite Jesus.
Muscles.
Muscle.
Are you sure he's called Jesus?
Oh, maybe. Yeah. I mean, we've got other stuff to. What about PayPal fining you $2,500 for this?
Well, I just wanted to ask, like, why are people anti-Semitic? I never understood anti-Semitism. Because all the Jews I meet are, pretty relaxed and fun and good citizens and stuff. I've never understood anti-Semitism. Everybody's like, oh my God. It's like, what? Anybody here? Anybody listening?
Nobody's going to touch that topic.
Yeah, we're not.
No, just, like, why?
I'll tell you after the show.
Patreon exclusive.
I'm trying to find Black Israelite Jesus.
I thought I'd get an answer from an Iranian.
Well, you know what? Okay, I'll give you an answer.
All right, here we go.
Here
goes Darius' career.
Here's my take. You've got Arab anti-Semitics, but
Yeah.
they're anti-Semitics because of Israel.
Right.
So they're not like legendary anti-Semitic. They're like, they kind of have a just reason. Like they feel like we're aggrieved because you're in Israel and Palestine, right?
Right.
So
So they're upset that Israel's come in and like created a functioning state. And they're
they're upset that Israel's come and created a functioning state on their land.
Right.
They don't mind them creating a functioning state on somewhere else's land, but as they see it, they've created it on their land.
So
that's why
they begrudged the Jews having this tiny little bit of sand.
Yeah, they do.
To create
Yes.
the one oasis of tolerance and
Yes,
democracy in the Middle East.
They do.
Right.
Yeah, at least we got that clarified. So that's why the Muslims and the Arab world hate them.
Yeah.
However, going back in history, there's, the Elders Protocols of Zion or something,
Right.
which is the blood libel against the Jewish people that they killed Jesus,
Right.
and that they control the universal banking systems,
Right.
which is actually what got Jeremy Corbyn removed because he posted a picture of what they say was
holding up
was
the table or
holding
something.
up the table.
Yeah.
At the back,
Was that?
So Jeremy Corbyn got removed from Labour because he tweeted a picture of like bankers, but it was based on like a Jewish trope of them ruling the world and controlling all the financial systems.
And they all had the noses and all the sort of anti-Semitic tropes.
So that's why.
What? And he posted that picture?
He posted a picture or like celebrating it, but it's like, man, you've just been like called in front of like the British Deputy Board of Jewish People for like whatever, and you're posting this. It's like, oh, it's just an accident. It's just a little slight.
Yeah.
I didn't know.
While he was like, and he was having like proper like anti-Semitic terrorists to tea with him in the Houses of Parliament, and
Let's see the mural.
He regularly appeared on like Iranian state TV. Yeah, there it is. That looks like some from like like the most crazy far right channel.
That looks like my Friday night dinner table. I'm completely honest.
Yeah.
What did he? What was the caption? Where's the lie?
What time's pudding?
So that's that. Does that answer your question?
The other thing, why?
What about Hitler?
There's a theory that in the black community that Jews actually financed a lot of the slave trade,
right?
And was behind, so that's why a lot of black people, maybe Wiley as well, don't really,
right.
In the black community, there is that angle.
Did they know that black people were also quite involved in the slave trade?
Yeah.
That being said,
but they say the money and the finance for it came from the Jewish folks.
People back then were so bad. It's like the old days, everybody was like a horrible shit.
You know why that happened? Because
Except black people.
In the olden days,
we were great and nice.
Christians couldn't lend money
because of religious reasons.
Because of religious, they couldn't lend money. So Jewish people could lend money, and that's how they became money lenders, and that's how all the tropes started.
Right. And same like they took over.
Is that right? Actually, why are you asking me? Ask Jonathan.
Like,
is that right?
There's a lot of gone.
I don't remember all of it at the time, but I think it was mostly because the Jews, for some reason, weren't allowed to do certain jobs, and they were only allowed by the government wouldn't let them do it, so they had to only do like money lending jobs. Then it became like a trope because of that.
And the government, they screwed up with that because it turns out money lending is really lucrative, and you get to And then like in Hollywood, there's so many Jews in Hollywood, and it's because they weren't allowed to do the WASP establishment, not actual WASPs.
White Anglo-Saxon Protestant.
That's right, yeah. And they wouldn't let Jews into the country club clique and let them into the business and industry. So Jews were like, well, we'll do entertainment, which was like low status back then. And then obviously that became hugely successful and a big powerful thing.
I have to say, most Jewish people I've met have always been pretty cool.
Yeah, totally.
Jonathan's all right.
And like also, the Hitler thing? Like, why was Hitler so fucking? He's like really crazy.
I mean, Hitler had an overarching hatred to anyone who to Jewish people, then disabled, then he was just the eugenicist, and he didn't see. I don't actually know why,
but he saw the Jews as well as an infestation.
Yeah, not as a clean race. So anyone who wasn't clean, that's why 6 million Jews. Oh, what's the joke, Jonathan?
Yeah, come on, Jonathan, tell us the joke. No. It sounds like it's going to be a good joke.
Jonathan did a joke about the Holocaust, that thingy, and he
really?
on Hate and Live, and he was
was
like,
it?
it's talking about how he's like, tell us why you hate the Holocaust, man. I said, man, I hate that so many people died. How so many Jewish people died? 1 million Jewish people died in the Holocaust.
I think
and then
the joke was 100,000.
100,000 or something like that, but he said it in such a way that no one caught it. And in about 2 seconds, like, wait, what? 6 million? But yeah, Hitler saw them all as Jewish people, gay people, disabled people, as inferior. So that's part of it. And I guess also...
He wouldn't have gone after Jeffrey Dahmer.
No.
Would have probably promoted him.
I don't know.
Actually, Jeffrey Dahmer was doing experiments on the corpses. He was a bit like, who's that Nazi doctor?
Have you watched that? I haven't watched that.
He was like trying to make zombies and shit, right?
Yeah, and like putting them in positions and like, lying with them and stuff. And he went to dig up, oh man, I shouldn't give spoilers, but yeah, watch that thing, the show about Jeffrey Dahmer on Netflix. It's great. He saw an obituary in the paper and he was like, oh, I like the look of that guy. He's a handsome guy. So he went to like try and dig up the body and lie with it, but the ground was frozen. Just a weird guy, man.
That's pretty weird, I guess, digging up a corpse to lie with it.
Definitely weird. Unless you do it to like a woman. Then
that's weird. We're not associated with Leo's necrophilia tendencies. What do we think about Alex Jones being fined $1 billion for his disinformation, quote unquote, or actually his disinformation about
I don't think you need to qualify that.
About Sandy Hook massacres. What do you think about that?
Sandy Hook was a woman who went nuts. No, it was a school shooting, wasn't it? Was it a school shooting or a mall shooting?
A pirate, a female pirate.
Who went to the beach.
So she, the school got shot up, but then, Alex Jones and other people on the internet...
But did it really?
Alex Jones and Nico and other people, man, you know how much we don't have $1 billion in
but you know
account.
What you know what he said. Do you know what the thing that we can't we've already lost £4 from Angela Lansbury. We can't afford $1 billion and £4. So you know why I haven't been following the story much.
How do you pay that off though?
It's not. So this is a thing.
It'll get capped. This is the first the sort of headline amount, and then it gets brought down.
But this whole Alex Jones things, right, has got so many top down level things. The top level is he's been fined £1 billion because he's been talking about creating this misinformation about the Sandy Hook. If we address what he said, I think, and I'm not 100% sure, there's a video of the parent whose daughter had just been killed, and they come out and the dad's laughing.
This is fucking bullshit, man. But this is the thing. He's all like, oh look, this person smiled, so it means it must all be fake. And it's like, man, people in trauma is not like a fucking TV drama. Alex Jones seems to base his whole human response on Murder, She Wrote. Sometimes when people have been through trauma, they act in weird ways. They might laugh, they might be hysterical. People smile. It's like a social nicety. You're still in a social situation. When you take the witness stand or whatever, you're still in a social situation. You might smile. You might say this. You're not just constantly going to be doing the whole TV drama, fucking
if
sniffing and wiping away a tear.
You'd laugh and smile. But if a parent lost their child, they're not going to be crying.
Man, you don't know. You don't know how a person would. You're not going to constantly, 24 hours a day, just be like wiping away a tear.
Anyway, the whole point is, if you can find that news thing so we can watch it, it was a very strange thing. That's what I believe he started this information about, right?
So he was saying they're all actors.
Well, I don't know. That's what he said. I don't actually know the tale.
Big up man like Alex. I'm going to send Alex some money. I love all his theories.
But here's the thing, though. What Nico's alluding to is Alex Jones has done more to reveal stuff about what is happening regarding the New World Order and so-called conspiracy theories that have subsequently turned out to be true.
Like what?
He was talking about the pedophile rings from like
he was talking about
15 years ago.
No, but he was talking about they've got like there's a pizza restaurant and if you order this pizza then they send you like
some of that is true.
He said he discussed
some of that is true.
No, not the pizza restaurant.
Some of that is true.
It's bullshit.
They brought it back up recently. Even last week they were saying they released some of the emails again from Podesta and all that kind of stuff, and they clearly making reference to all that stuff. Some of that is true.
Nah.
Some of the thing Alex Jones.
If it wasn't true, why aren't other people getting prosecuted for getting underage girls from Maxwell and Einstein?
Yeah, but that's a separate thing to Pizzagate.
No, but
that wasn't from some sort of pizza restaurant.
But the fact is, and the fact remains that pedophiles, elite high up pedophiles, are being protected.
Ebophiles.
So they are being protected.
Oh yeah, because they're rich and powerful. You think Bill Clinton doesn't have like people protecting him?
So the whole thing, they're obviously going to try and cover up the Pizzagate thing as well.
But it's a separate thing to Epstein Island.
But still. They're still going to cover it up because they're rich, elite people involved. They're not going to cover up one and not the next. They're going to cover up both of them.
Yeah, but it's two different things.
Yes, but there are two different things that will both be covered up.
Yeah, but like one of them's real and one of them's nonsense.
No, both of them are covered up.
The Pizzagate thing is like, cheese pizza. That means child procurement or something. Like,
if you're doing something, when you ordering,
it's just a cheese pizza.
When you're ordering drugs and stuff, do you put, can I have 2 grams of cocaine? You know, you say Gear or Charlie, you use a code name for it. It's the same thing with drug dealers that you do with kids.
This is why Leo's controlled opposition, man. He's such a fucking NPC.
If you're ordering something illegal, you're gonna have a code name, and that's what they do.
Man, you think Bill Clinton needs a code name? President of the United States of America.
Yes.
He just says what he wants, gets it.
Anyway, he's down the years. He said, so like these are things they lied about, right? They said he said the water's making frogs gay, right? That was funny.
That's a true thing.
But actually came out that they're putting hormones in the water system. And it's making
endocrine disruptors.
And it's so a lot of stuff.
And it's in a lot of our gels, shower gels, and hair products and shampoos.
You're not supposed to drink the shower gel.
No,
I know it smells nice.
No, once it goes on your skin is the largest receptor of anything like that can disrupt your hormones.
Your skin's a receptor of jizz.
Yeah, that's what your mum said.
Wait, your mum jizzed on you? What?
That makes no sense.
My mum's jizzing on Nico.
Anyway.
She's spinning my jizz back out on
me. She's snowballing you. He came out, he said down the years, he's come up with a few things. He revealed Bohemian Grove.
What's Bohemian Grove?
You don't know, but Bohemian Grove, Moloch is where all the presidents bring up Bohemian Grove. He broke into Bohemian Grove, made this undercover video going in, and they're like dancing around like
all the presidents and actors and
dancing around like some
dancing. People were dancing
and burning
but dressed like druids and shit.
Yeah,
they were dancing in costumes.
Why are they doing it in private? Dressed like
people do fucking any religion is like that.
Yeah, that's the whole point that and they were sacrificing dark secrets inside Bohemian. Will we get copyrighted for this?
Probably. Just skip past the music bit.
To the good bit.
Teamed up.
Just get to
he's about 12 years old.
Yes. Anyway,
man, for this filmed on one of the Super 8.
He revealed about Bohemian Grove. He let people know about the Bilderberg group. So he's been down the years.
Yeah.
He's been revealing these things that people said was shit, like gay frogs is crazy. But the point is, £1 billion ain't gonna pay it. But it sends a message.
Oh, man, he makes a lot of money. He was making something like $250,000 a day from all the merch and stuff. Insane amounts of money they're turnover. So this is the.
But he before it disassociated himself with that, or did committed bankruptcy, so he his money wouldn't do it. Anyway, if you're listening to this, check out the Bohemian Grove.
This looks really condemnatory. Look at the shaky fucking dark fucking footage of a bar in Scotland.
Oh, sorry, you haven't got this full on footage of the Satanist doing it.
Yeah, well, why do they put the fucking full on footage of the Satanist
because
on
he's
it?
done it undercover in case he gets killed and sacrificed to Satan.
I can just see a bottle of gin and tonic.
Go watch a fucking, what's that rapper who did the Astro World tour?
Oh, and did the
Travis Scott.
Yeah, go listen to a Travis Scott concert.
Is he the guy?
Satanist, Leo?
Is Travis Scott the guy who had the people die at his show?
Yeah.
Did Alex Jones reveal that as well?
Anyway,
some people are saying it's dangerous because with some this will mean we're not allowed to discuss and investigate things like the Las Vegas shooting that people
that is a conspiracy that no one's ever heard of again. A guy shot 50 people and it's just gone
and the police didn't go in. Police didn't go in and stop him.
If it's misinformation and he gets $1 billion fine, what about Donald fucking Dick Cheney, Donald Rumsfeld,
Cheney, Dick what?
Fucking Colin Powell. Oh, the weapons of mass destruction in Iraq.
Yeah,
people actually died from their lies, from their misinformation. Where were the fines for them?
Exactly.
Where were the fines for them?
Tell them, Darius.
Where were the fines for saying it? Where were the fines when they were saying, oh, your vaccine will stop the transition and spread, and now they come out, well, obviously it wasn't ever going to stop the transition and spread, but it wasn't about controlling it. It wasn't mandatory to have the vaccine passport. We just suggested it. We had to move at the speed of science.
Yeah. Okay. I'm just saying.
Spitting facts, Darius.
But then with this particular, getting to the Sandy Hook thing, with this particular thing, man, he was sort of like encouraging. He was doxing all the parents, and he was encouraging people to go and harass them. And imagine, your daughter's been killed or whatever, and then you're getting people coming up to you, calling you, screaming at you, and calling you a liar in the street.
You're talking. I don't know if you're trying to convince Nico and I. We don't. We agree.
You support it?
No, we don't. We agree. I agree with you.
Listen, he got some things right and he got some things wrong.
But, and he's getting in trouble for the things he got wrong.
As Darius said, a lot of the stuff he got right.
Well, then he shouldn't be prosecuted for that stuff. Just the stuff he got wrong.
The £1 billion
just as Darius said, why is he getting fined, and the politicians who lie to us on a daily basis and the people who are in charge of our health policies who lie to us throughout the pandemic, why are they not being fined? But this man is.
Yeah. Because
it's a double standard.
Well, there's a scientific consensus that, we should have vaccines.
No, there's no consensus.
There was quite a consensus.
No. It's just exactly like what happened with the war on drugs. If you said something contrary to what they were saying, you got silenced, your practice got shut down, and you were harassed. And that's exactly what happened with the vaccine.
Yeah, well, with the war on drugs, the government drug czar, Professor Nutt, he said you should legalize ecstasy because it's not very harmful, and compared to alcohol, tobacco, and all the rest of it, it's not very harmful. There's more risk in hang gliding or horse riding, but they are actually quite dangerous things to do. So I don't know what point he's making. But and he got kicked off being drug czar.
Yeah, but even when they first started war on drugs, Harry Anslinger and his crew were shutting down clinics, and anybody who wanted to support addicts and stuff got shut down as well.
Yeah.
Anybody who said marijuana wasn't as bad as alcohol, they got shut down. So it's the same methods that they used against the people who are drugs is what they use against the people who are anti-vax.
You should go to Afghanistan and put anthrax in the heroin and just take out if you put anthrax in the heroin, it's going to take out everybody that takes heroin.
Well, they've already done that with fentanyl.
No more drugs. Well, that's China, man. All the fentanyl's manufactured in China, and it goes to the West. This is a soft war by China on the West, and they're killing hundreds of thousands of people.
Well, maybe this is like a revenge for the opium wars that the West did to the Chinese.
Yeah, it's the same thing, man. They're turning our weapons around and using them against us.
Is fentanyl bad, though?
It kills people, yeah. It kills a lot of cocaine users. Cocaine deaths have gone up 5 times in just 8 years.
Why?
It killed the guy from The Wire.
Basically, fentanyl is so potent, like a bit the size of a grain of sand will kill you, will stop your heart. So it's a really powerful synthetic opiate, way more powerful than heroin. So it's got to be like, if you're going to cut it, and because it's really cheap, they cut it and they put it in all sorts of stuff.
Video games.
Put it in heroin. They put it in They put it in
Footballer
cocaine.
drinks.
And then like a lot of people who do cocaine, like if you just get if they've cut it and it's not like perfectly mixed, perfectly balanced, and you get like a bit the size of a grain of sand in your bag of coke and you snort it, man, that's game over for you. So yeah, man, don't do any coke.
It's what killed the guy from The Wire.
And there's a comedian in the States.
It killed 3 comedians.
Yeah, that's right.
Oh yeah. What was the guy from The Wire called?
I can't remember.
Omar.
No, but the actor,
Michael Kenneth something.
Yeah. So there you go. Well, £1 billion. I think it sets a bad precedent, especially for he said what he said is wrong.
Yeah.
But
I think
who sued it? So who actually brought him to trial? The parents brought him to trial for the.
I think it shows
So how much money they can realistically get?
About 25 grand. I think it'll come down an awful. Obviously, it's not going to be $1 billion. There's caps on fines. Well, there's caps on stuff like that, and also I don't know how it works, but they have the first round, and then I don't know if it gets reduced at appeal or what.
Could they take everything he owns? All his money in the bank account.
Well, the way it works in America is you see it with people like 50 Cent. They declare bankruptcy when they're not bankrupt. He declares bankruptcy, but he's still got loads of stuff. But
And a Lamborghini.
It's to protect all his stuff. So if you declare bankruptcy, then they can't get your stuff.
O.J. Simpson is apparently owed loads of money in back pay from the NFL for his pension.
Yeah,
but he can't claim it because if he claims it, it goes all to the. He has to start paying even more to the family.
Right.
Something like that.
Man, that guy's been harassed.
Another injustice. There's no way OJ killed them people.
If the blood, if the glove, actually, he's innocent. He's proven innocent in
Proven
the court.
innocent in a
the
court of
glove
law.
don't quit. You must have quit.
We should get him on the pod.
Yeah.
Pay him cash so he
For
doesn't
real,
need to
though.
put it.
The glove
Can
don't
he travel?
fit.
Can he travel though?
Google
think so.
if OJ Simpson can travel and come. In fact,
Yeah, let's do admin on the show.
Invite OJ Simpson onto the pod right now, Jonathan.
Yeah.
See if you.
Have you got? Can we get him? Can we dial up?
Yeah,
Get
that'd
be
OJ Simpson.
I'll give him a ring.
What else has been going?
You remember when OJ gave that interview saying if he was hypothetically speaking, saying if he did it,
Yeah.
this is what he would do and how he remembered it.
Yeah.
And then he started saying in past tense.
Yeah.
And then I did this. What? I mean,
and then he caught himself and he started laughing. He said,
He brought out a book called If I Did It, but the F was in really small letters.
I did it.
It's called If I Did It, but the F is in little pink letters in the big red eye. So it just looks like it says, I did it.
Because he did it.
I did
I
it.
don't think he did though.
Oh,
No,
right,
I didn't
he did.
do it.
Who do you think did it then? I think Richard Ramirez did it.
Dahmer.
Dahmer.
I think it was Alex Jones.
I think it was Alex Jones. What else has been going on? John Cleese is a Nazi. Your new colleague.
Yeah,
Maybe.
I was going to be doing a show with him tonight, but unfortunately looked at the lineup, which just has me on it, and thought I'm not doing this. I'll do GB News, but not with this guy. But yeah, so I think it's great. So John Cleese has come across to GB News. He's going to do a show on GB News.
Do you know what the show is yet? It's not been made yet.
I don't know if it's been named yet. But man, it'll be good because it's produced by Andrew Doyle. It's with John Cleese. John Cleese is going to talk about whatever he wants. He's got a lot of creative freedom. And John Cleese, man, I was amazed at the number of completely dog shit comedians who've come out and be like, oh, John Cleese isn't funny, blah, blah, blah. It's like, you joking? John Cleese made Fawlty Towers, fucking A Fish Called Wanda, Monty Python. You're just you don't even have fucking
Life of
10
Brian.
minutes. Life of Brian, all this stuff.
And he
part of Monty
dated
Python.
Angela Lansbury.
He did, yeah.
Did he date Angela Lansbury?
No, I don't think he did.
He did.
Did
And
he?
he subscribes to our Patreon. Actually, we should get him on the podcast. That would piss everyone off.
Yeah.
Man, John Cleese is like a titan of UK comedy. One of the funniest guys. And also a great mind as well.
He was in Life of Brian.
That's right. He was Monty Python.
Did you have Monty Python in Barbados?
I think so. I remember Life of Brian. That was funny.
Yeah, that was funny.
And the thing is, all these people have been kind of like Otto English, and all these people, Marina Hyde in The Guardian, have coming out and being like, oh, John Cleese, oh, just a straight white male, old and all this, and like, his young self would be so disgusted at what he's become. But man, when he was young, he was criticizing all the pompous people who take themselves too seriously, and now the pompous people who take themselves too seriously are all these woke pricks. So obviously he's going to be, making fun of them.
Oh, were you here? Have you been here since the reveal of Ole Crease?
Yeah. Well, no, I saw it in the group.
Oh, okay, yeah, Bob. So we've discussed it on the podcast.
Yeah.
So now when Leo goes on a rant, we're so woke.
Yeah.
We might get them to come on as a special guest.
Somebody thought I made that thing myself.
Yeah, have you made it yourself?
No, I don't have that fucking time.
Well, I'm going to invite them onto the podcast, and we're
Yeah.
going to see if you're on the podcast and they're on at the same time.
Yeah. Are they going to be like, we're in a crash helmet like the Stig?
Well, we might have to get them to dial in via the e-cam.
And are they going to do the voice?
So I don't know. We'll see.
Yeah, I see if they can do it. That'd be funny.
Yeah,
I saw who Banksy is
Who's Banksy?
two days ago.
Who is he? Who's Banksy?
White dude.
Well, yeah,
Well, I
obviously
knew
he's
he was white.
Yeah, not narrowing it down much.
Could have been Chinese.
What is-
You never know.
If Banksy was Chinese, that'd be amazing.
What are you doing at that wall? He just turns around. He's like, oh.
That's racist.
Yeah, I didn't do the face. I didn't do the face.
You did the one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't condone that. I'm against that. How do you know that Banksy was white?
Oh, because this person was at a festival
Yeah.
and they were there, and the drummer from, was it The Clash? One of these old school guys told her that that's Banksy over there, and she sneakily took a picture.
What does he look like?
He looks like a white dude, and he's got his hair cut short, but it's kind of spiky, and it's grayish and black, and he looks like, you know, like kind of trendy, like a trendy, like, you know,
Old guy.
Older, not super old, but I would say, you know, mid 40s, but he's graying a bit, but he's still,
Is it me?
you know,
He said super trendy.
yeah.
Hey, I've got a scooter.
You know, like wearing check shirts, like sort of dressed like how Darius
It's
is
not
dressed.
me. He subscribes to our Patreon, actually, Banksy, and so should you.
Yeah. So yeah, I saw who he is.
Biden trans draft. I've got that as a note. What's that?
Oh, yeah. So basically, Biden, has it got a link there? Because, I mean, I put it in the thing, but I haven't read the thing. But people are furious because, you know, Biden's been super progressive, way too progressive on a lot of things like cancelling student loans, all this, you know, identitarian stuff. But with this, like, so if you're a transgender woman, but you're born biologically male, you still got to register for the draft for the army. So you get called up to fight.
Why are they doing a draft for the army?
And you're going to break a fingernail if you go in. And also your heels are going to be really not going to work in the Ukrainian mud.
What, Americans are going to go fight in Ukraine? They're ramping this shit up, man. This is going to go to the next level. When they bomb the bridge and then he's bombing the city, it's going to, my prediction is going to, I didn't think it was going to escalate, but it seems to me like escalating.
Well, look at this expert fucking analysis right here.
Listen, look
So
at
why can't Darius be an expert?
Yeah, why can't I be an expert?
Because he's not. He saw a
Western
picture.
liberal democracy, Western liberal democracy.
So only you can talk about the war?
Yeah, I'm the only
Only
person.
you can talk about the
Right.
war. It's fucking...
Everybody worked for the Foreign Office. Put your hand up. No, you didn't.
Yeah, I did. Why did I lie?
Everybody worked in national security. Put your hand up. No, you didn't.
I work in Barbados National Security.
I worked
just
in
one guy.
I worked in Iranian national security in
Barbados
Whitehall.
National Security.
Yeah. What, like killing protesters?
No, spying on you.
I saw Tez when I was working for the Foreign Office because he worked for the Home Office.
Tez Ilias,
Tez Elias, comedian.
wears a suit.
Yeah, and he was wearing a suit then as well. Maybe that's where he got the suit.
Yeah.
The thing is, like, Russia's getting more and more desperate because, like, mobilizing all these people, that's a sign of desperation. Emptying the prisons to get troops, that's a sign of desperation. They don't have enough troops.
The Ukrainians did that as well.
Oh, Ukraine's got like an yeah, they're at war. Like,
So were the Russians.
no, but obviously Ukraine's fucking desperate. They've been invaded.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, this is supposed to be like some easy thing, like, you know, when America goes into, like, you know,
Anyway, but
Afghanistan.
the whole I'm not.
now Russia's fucking looking like it could lose more than it had at the start.
I see this. At the moment, I think the West should go in and try and negotiate now to end this now in a peaceful way. But they don't want to do that. And I see this as the truth. Here's how my reading of this is, right? Putin now realizes, as it is, he's lost the war. He is losing the war as it is at the moment, right? And he would like to de-escalate things and try and calm this. Hence why he's saying, I'll send the gas through Nord Stream 2, whatever, right? However, the West are like, you know what? Fuck you. We're not going to let you de-escalate this. But Putin is only losing the war, in brackets, because he's being restrained. If he wanted to, they could just fucking bombard Kiev
With what?
with fucking. It's a massive country. Could just send with missiles the way they did it last week, and they bombed the.
No, they're running very low on missiles. They've used
I'm
up.
pretty certain if they wanted to. So this is my point.
But you're wrong.
Hold on, you
You're
haven't
wrong
let me
about
finish.
that.
Let me finish my point. So. If you're saying they can't escalate, and you're saying, no, you're wrong, he's going to think. What's his last thing? If you're going to push him in the corner, he'll probably end up using nukes, which means we'll end up using nukes, which will be fucking bad news for everyone. Because that's what's the outcome for him now? What's the best outcome without him getting pushed into the corner where he has to use nukes?
Oh, so we got to let him win. We got to let him. I mean, that's
but
ridiculous.
you got to de-escalate and negotiate.
I'll tell you why you can't. Why you
Okay,
can't de-escalate. Why you can't de-escalate with Putin? Why Putin has to lose.
And how will he lose? Because he won't. If
Oh man, he'll lose.
All right, put it this way, right? If you were fighting me, right, and
Yeah.
you were battering the shit out of me, and I was holding back.
Sounds like a realistic proposition.
Okay, but I was holding back like a fucking tank that I could run you over with, but I wasn't going to use it.
But
you won't let me out, and then in the end, I'm forced to use it. I'd fucking use it. He's going to use it. If you push him, he's going to.
But using that tank is going to kill you. It's going to destroy your country.
Yeah, but why does he care if he's getting killed anyway? He doesn't give a shit.
You think nobody's going to like stop him? Everybody's going,
Who?
oh yeah, we'll use these nukes. Man, he knows. Like if he touches nukes, he's been told if he touches any nukes, if he uses tactical nukes in the battlefield or anything like that, America is going to NATO is going to just obliterate his standing army. So he's got a choice. He's got a choice between. He can maybe get a negotiated settlement, but that's a bad idea because he doesn't. Any promises he makes are lies, and it'll just be. He'll just use the time to replenish his army and then do it again. So that's why he has to lose and he has to be removed.
So you want to do regime change in Russia?
I think the only way out of this is for him to lose and lose quite savagely.
But he's not going to let that. He's not. Why would you allow yourself?
It's not up to him.
It's got nuclear weapons.
He's got nuclear weapons, man.
And he controls more natural resources and oil and stuff.
Yeah, but like we can
those cards in his
we
hand.
can have a few cold showers. We can do without Russian oil and gas.
People. Right. There's a few things here. Like the UK population. I'm saying this from the UK part. I don't know about the rest of Europe. I'm pretty certain that once the bills kick in properly, they're going to be less amenable to fucking supporting a war effort.
Actually, support for Ukraine has been increasing.
Well, wait until their bank balances go down, then we'll see how much they want to
support for Ukraine is still increasing. You'd be surprised, man.
Did you see that?
During the Second World War, we weren't like, oh man, we got rationing. This is quite tough. We'd better just let Hitler take over. Man, it didn't work like that. People don't work like that. People.
Yeah, they do actually.
No, they
They
didn't.
do.
We defeated Hitler. We were told we couldn't defeat Hitler.
No, a lot of people are like, let Russia and them sort out their own issues. And as prices go up, a lot of people will say, yo, this is enough.
But it's not just.
Stuff.
It's not just.
A lot of people will feel that way.
It's not just Ukraine. You think he'll stop at Ukraine if he can take over Ukraine?
Probably because he had a hard time taking over Ukraine.
basically, he's sitting on a lot of our oil and gas. So we need to take him out and install somebody, a puppet.
It's not your oil and gas.
It is. It's our oil and gas. It's just under Russian land. So we need to get somebody installed. We need to get a regime installed that's going to sell us.
Anyway,
just give us the fucking oil and gas. Give us our fucking oil and gas, Putin, you fucking knob.
That's why I think
prick.
this is going to be bad. And I think the fact that they're even discussing, Biden's discussing, we're
the fact that they're calling up transgender.
Yeah, and they're saying this is the fact that we're reading
that.
these stories that is suggesting to me then the way the narrative's going is that, man, this shit's gonna hit the fan soon, man. It's gonna. Listen, if I'd have told you in 2019 you're gonna sit at home for
5
2
minutes.
years, the whole world would be locked down, we'd be forced to wear masks, mandatory injected, have to show our papers to get into to flipping Tesco's, I would have said you're drinking a Kool-Aid, you're crazy. I can see if I try and scope out now, I can't see a way Putin comes out of this without, like you said, being thoroughly defeated and like just
Putin is not gonna back down.
Yeah, he's not backing.
And if he's forced to back down, as Darius said, he's gonna hit them buttons.
That's suicide.
so.
Suicide for
If
him.
he doesn't care.
No, I think he does. He does care. He's like, and look, there's precedent.
Putin is an alpha like me.
Listen, Putin
this
is not.
is
You're what soggy ass fucking. He's about 5 foot tall. Are you 5 foot tall?
He rides around on bears.
He doesn't. He's 70
Yes.
years old. He can't piss.
Nah,
He can't piss.
Putin is an alpha like me.
Listen, man, there's a lot of precedent for like large superpowers like going and bullying a country and then realizing they made a
US.
terrible mistake. The US is that, so they pulled out of Afghanistan, they pulled out of Vietnam, they pulled out of Iraq. It happens. It happens a lot.
But this is what I'm saying. You're telling me what I've just.
You know,
just
Bin
said,
Laden was dead 4 years before they shot him.
You've just
The
said there's no way
the
for them to
Soviet
pull
Union.
out. But you've just said there's no way for them to pull out without them being abjectly, utterly defeated. You want regime change. That's what you've said.
Yeah.
He's not gonna. If it's regime change,
No, that was so there's three. So the other option is that he sort of. I don't think there can be a negotiated settlement, but he can just withdraw and he can stop fighting. And they can maybe
It
get some
seems to
sort
me that the West don't want to do a peace. They don't want to do a
They
peace.
do. Are you fucking
a peace
serious?
Treaty.
All the West wants is peace. They're just like, look, sell us your fucking oil and shut the fuck up and stop invading people.
They're
You
not,
know what I
though,
mean?
'cause
All we want
he just
is
said,
the fucking
stop
oil. We don't
shouting.
give a shit
You've
about
got
your
a
stupid-
microphone.
That's not
Man.
true though, Leo.
The West isn't like
The
trying
louder
to
you
take over.
shout doesn't mean the more truth it
When
means.
has the West ever like done anything aggressive to Russia?
By replacing the Ukrainian people who
No,
are in charge.
that's not
and
Russia.
putting in their puppet guys.
That's not Russia. And also, it wasn't. That was the Ukrainian
building
people's decision.
No, it wasn't the Ukrainian.
by reneging on-
America got involved.
By
America-
reneging on the treaty that they made where NATO wouldn't encroach to the east and he wouldn't go that way, and they did encroach to the east.
After he'd invaded Crimea.
I think this was happening before they invaded Crimea. But listen, I don't know the history of this. I don't know that. I'm not.
I know the history.
Okay, Nico knows the history. But the point is, there's no way out for him now without him. Like he said today, we'll turn the gas on. Europe just needs to tell us when. And they went, fuck you, we don't want your gas.
No.
So that he's off. So,
Man,
so how can he negotiate a
What
peace?
he needs to do, man, you can't
That's
let
what
a
he-
fucking fascist like decide what. You can't let him set the terms and stuff, man. Basically, what he's got to do is get the fuck out of Ukraine, and then we can talk. And when I say we, I mean somebody else and him.
So okay, but he's not going to move out of Crimea. Look, I agree with you. I think he should move out. But I'm saying, my opinion, I don't think he's going to move out.
What?
I don't think this is going to end. They're sending more and more weapons, which is prolonging the war.
It's not prolonging the war, man. What prolongs wars is appeasement.
Look, give the man what he came for.
Actually, what did he go to Crimea for?
Yeah, what about when he comes to Barbados, which isn't even in the Commonwealth anymore? So like, man, we're not
alphas
getting
over
involved.
there. We're alphas.
You'd repel the Russian barbarians.
No. We would side with Putin, man.
Really?
Yeah, we like Putin in Barbados.
I think
Really?
a lot of people.
I don't
Well, a
know
lot
what
of people
I'm
don't
talking
like the
about,
West, though.
Yeah, well, people are stupid. There's a
Anyway,
lot
the
of
point
idiots.
is, I
I don't
think-
like freedom. Oh, I don't like being able to choose my government and do what I want. I'm a fucking idiot.
I don't like being able to choose my government, and then when I make the wrong choice, a million votes mysteriously appear overnight in the post. I love my freedom of being told what I can and can't say and being fined $2,500.
you think
I
you're
love
living-
my freedom of being able to
You're
to
literally
say
saying
things
this
and
on a
find
fucking
billion-
podcast. You're
Yeah.
saying it on a podcast.
Yeah, and
so you're
every
allowed
time
to
we
say
say it, we get a fucking flag that says like, "Oh, this podcast is some sort of misinformation."
Yeah, it's just more subtle. The
more subtle.
Man,
or whatever you
come
say.
on, that's absolutely
It's-
fucking
You just
bullshit.
said it yourself
Are you
5
worried?
minutes ago.
Are you no, but it's not the same. It's not the same fucking thing.
It's
Are you
more
worried?
subtle. Here's the thing: in Russia and China, is blatant dictatorship or tyranny
Corruption.
and corruptions, whereas in the West, it's more subtle, and they do it through these means of demonetization, censorship, or blocking, canceling, what do you want to call
Yeah.
it. So over there, they fuck you, boom. Over here, they fuck you with Vaseline. And they make it more,
But it's not-
they stroke your back.
It's not the same.
And it's the same.
It's not the same.
It's the same. It's just
It's-
if
man.
you start saying certain things, you will be deplatformed.
No, but listen. All right, so imagine if instead of getting a flag on
You-
your
you
YouTube,
want-
instead of getting a flag on your YouTube, if your wife, your daughter gets bundled into a van and raped and murdered. I mean, there's a bit of a fucking difference between those two things.
The West doesn't do that.
No,
The West doesn't commit war crimes or do torture.
not in this country. We do
Doesn't-
it. We do it, and like we go to.
Guantanamo, we fly them, extradite them out to black zones. They fucking black mark zones where they're not on the radar. Guantanamo Bay, fucking in Iraq. There's a picture of what the Americans were doing to the Iraqi prisoners where they were.
Man,
where
this is
they-
like 20 years ago. You got any recent examples?
what happened to
But
Alex
what-
Jones? He just got fined. for saying
waterboarded.
things.
Listen, the West isn't as the West. Look, the ideals
West.
of the West is brilliant.
Yeah.
And
Brilliant.
democracy is an illusion as
No, it's
well.
not.
It is. It is an illusion.
No, it actually
your
exists.
Your vote don't really count.
It does.
Doesn't. No. No, it doesn't.
It does.
Nope.
Look at Brexit. Look at
It doesn't really
every time
count.
you vote for a different party, you can like totally change
Nah,
who's
not
in
really.
power.
Not
Yeah, you
really.
can.
No.
The will of the people. Look at Russia. I mean, look at Russia compared to.
Corporations are what decide what happens in the West.
That's right.
Corporations have all the power, and it's not the people.
Corporations
that have the
go
power.
bust. You can set up a new
can.
corporation. New corporations rise and fall all the time.
Yeah, but still, they are the ones that lobby government, and government does their bidding. The average man in the street has no say in. Look, the average man, things are way worse than 10, 15 years ago.
So how come?
You can't. Nothing is improving for the average man. Everything is improving for the corporations.
It's improving for me.
No, it's not.
Oh, it is.
No.
No, it's serious.
Oh, yeah, on a personal level for you, but Nico's right. In the last 2 years, there's been the biggest transfer of wealth from the middle class to the top 1% in
average-
history.
You just
Yeah.
got to get in the 1%, baby.
Yeah,
This-
the
this-
average person is like 10, 15 years back, you could probably buy a house. You could probably afford
I can buy a house.
Stuff.
Buy one
but
right
not
now.
these days, you hardly at work, you don't even get a proper contract. You don't get a pension no more. The pensions are worthless. You can't afford your mortgage and all this. People have it way worse off now.
Anyway, the thing is, even if you
than
do get
before.
a house, it's gonna be pointless because it's fucking you won't be able to live in it because you'll be in a fucking post-apocalyptic fucking war zone. Well, at least we sent them our flipping thing and we supported it and we're flipping eating rats.
So you just rem Putin's anus.
No, I'm saying we should sit down to the table.
You're too tough. You're too
From the
strong.
start, from the start of this, I said from the very beginning, before anything, all this, I said, war is a failure of democracy.
That's true. Diplomacy.
And we fucking, and at every step we failed. And I think it was a bad.
It wasn't us, man. All we
listen,
want to do is trade with Russia.
Okay,
There's no animosity.
I'm
not
just saying, I'm
necessarily
not even.
true,
I'm not
though.
even discussing.
We
the
don't
Russian
want
or
their
that.
shitty
I'm
fucking
just telling you how
peasant
I see
country.
it. When they fired rockets into Kiev this week and it hit the buildings after they hit the thing, he went, "That's in retaliation for hitting the bridge. We're gonna hit the buildings." I just think at some point they're gonna hit the buildings, and then the Ukrainian citizens are going to die, and the West are going to say, we can't have that. You can't be killing legitimate innocent civilians. So they're going to fire in then, and then they're going to say, oh, now you brought in NATO and other Western countries. Now we're going to escalate it. And I think we're at the precipice of that happening. And you can say, oh, don't fuck him and do that and this. Or you can, that's the way I see it. I said, when they started firing, like when it was hitting like, the Crimean towns or those ones, the outskirts people, and you see the tanks in the country. No, but when it's hitting in the real people, and then
it's been right from the fucking start. They wiped out Mariupol and killed they killed way more people at the start than they're killing now.
Yeah, I know, but now people are seeing it when it hits downtown Kiev and they see.
No, they killed loads of people.
I'm
Kiev was
just
like
telling you
surrounded by troops and stuff. There was an occupation of the land round about Kiev.
That's just how I see. Yeah, but what I'm saying is I see them now going to be firing them back, and then when that happens, then it's gonna go. It's scary dominoes have lined up, or they're lining up.
I think Putin realizes he's totally fucked up.
But how can you let him
He's looking
out?
for a way out.
Yeah. So what is the way out? Okay.
Like,
what is
all
the
right,
way
all
out?
right.
for
As
him?
Sun Tzu says, build your opponent a golden bridge to retreat across. And yeah, so just
what is that?
Man, I would say, all right, so there are parts of Russia that are sort of, Russian. There's a lot of Russian speakers, a lot of
Ukraine.
Russian, ethnic Russians in
This is
Ukraine.
Ukraine, you mean?
Parts of Ukraine as well. There are parts of Russia like that though. But yeah, so like maybe like let him have like a bit of the Donbass or something like that, so he can at least say, oh look, I got this, a bit. Crimea, I don't know, man. Like, do the people there want to be? The thing is, before all this happened, a lot of people were sort of quite pro-Russian, but now that he's come in and like fucked everything up, they're not pro-Russian anymore. So, man,
I don't
like,
know if I agree with that though.
No,
I don't agree with you saying that. More people are more in support for Ukraine.
yeah, no, it's
I think that's waned.
in the east. No, I'm talking about in Ukraine. I mean, in the West as well, people support Ukraine more than they did, like, a couple of months ago. But in Ukraine itself, in the east of Ukraine and Crimea, there's a lot of people who are quite pro-Russian, saw themselves as Russian and whatever. And now the support, he's lost the popular support. Because that's what happens when you go in and like bomb people and bomb schools and stuff.
So the way is to give him something.
Give him
But
something.
will they give him something though?
But that's why
man.
I say give the man what he came for.
He actually,
No,
Nico,
man, don't
Nico
get.
did
He
say
wants
that.
the whole of
I did
Ukraine.
say that.
He wants the whole of Ukraine,
Okay,
and then he
give
wants
him-
Romania, and he wants Latvia, Estonia, Finland, all the rest of it. Man, this guy's got to learn. You just got to make sure the next regime that's in there, they know that the West isn't a threat. We don't want to take over Russia. All we want to do
But the
is
West
buy
would,
your
would-
fucking oil.
The West would like to take over Russia.
No,
If
the West
they
doesn't
could.
want to take over
If
Russia.
they could, yes, they would.
We don't have enough. What would we do with all the peasant countries?
Nah, they would like to get that and get all of that oil and the resources.
No,
that
but we
Russia
want to
have.
buy it off them.
You know,
We just want to buy it.
You don't want to buy shit if you could get it for free.
Yeah, but we can't take over. That'd be an impossible proposition, taking over like the largest country.
No, I'm saying if they could, they would.
But we can't. We don't want to. Like, that's never been a prospect. NATO has purely been a defensive thing, apart from in Serbia maybe. But like,
Well, anyway, let's move on.
yeah, let's move on. Let's do the Patreon.
Yeah.
part, do some fun stuff.
Yeah, that got a bit heavy.
Yeah, it got a bit heavy.
Got a bit heavy.
I accept your apology.
I offer no apology. AI Joe Rogan, you want to do that on the Patreon? Like, subscribe, give us your money. We've lost Angela Lansbury.
Yeah.
That was £4 a month.
£78 over the course of.
We've all got kids now. Leo's got a daughter to feed, even though he said he could buy a house, but that's not the
She
point.
needs. I can't really buy a house.
Can't really buy a house.
I mean, I could buy a house somewhere like shit. I could buy a house in like the Donbass.
or
I could buy some bricks that are lying on the ground.
Yeah, or Dumfries,
Dumfries, which is the Donbass of the UK.
the UK. Anyway, like and subscribe. Thank you for listening. Share, tell a friend. Dipset Burgang.
Bye.
Bye.